Hi, kids. Okay, continuing on with Stanley Kubrick. His third feature film debut is The Killing, released in 1956. It's often referred to as Kubrick's first film by some. This is his third. Maybe it's the first where he had anything really to work with. We'll talk about that. So, following Killer's Kiss, Kubrick is introduced to James B. Harris through mutual friends. Harris comes from an affluent family, just started, as it turns out, his own production company. He watches Killer's Kiss. He's impressed with what Kubrick is able to do with so little on both that and Fear and Desire. He recognizes his talent. The two become fast friends, and they decide to move from New York, where they are, to LA, start making films. So that's what they do, and they live happily ever after. The end. No. So they move to LA, and they purchase the rights to Clean Break, which is a novel by Lionel White. White is a former crime reporter turned novelist. These film noirs, source material, the authors usually are former crime journalists turned authors. That's always the case. Um, White's works will later be adapted by other people. Among them is Jean-Luc Godard. So they have some source material, and then they get Sterling Hayden to sign on as the lead. Sterling Hayden, mentioned on this channel before, he's in other film noirs like The Asphalt Jungle, Heat Wave. Talked about him too in Johnny Guitar, Camp series. So they get Sterling Hayden, and then they get the attention of United Artists. United Artists will distribute the film, but because Sterling Hayden is the star, they will only give them 200,000, because that's all Sterling Hayden is worth, of the $320,000 that they wanted for budget. Um, Hayden, they believe, is not a big enough box office draw, so James B. Harris puts up the additional $120,000 himself, so they have $320,000 to make this film, which is 4 times the budget that Kubrick had on Killer's Kiss. That was $75,000. Yeah, so then Kubrick goes and he hires another author to help him work on the dialogue. That is Jim Thompson, and then he goes to fill out the cast using character actors and other faces that you have seen that I have mentioned on this channel from film noirs. So we get Colleen Gray, she's in Nightmare Alley. Vince Edwards, he's in Rogue Cop. J.C. Clippen, They Live by Night. Mary Windsor is in Force of Evil. Ted DeCorsa is in The Naked City. I've done videos on almost all of these. Alicia Cook Jr., he is in The Maltese Falcon and The Big Sleep. So, Bogart films. So, Kubrick now, he's got the money. He's filming on set. Unfortunately, though, Kubrick usually is the director of photography, does the cinematography on his own films, but due to some union regulations, uh, he was unable to for this film. So Lucien Ballard is hired to do the cinematography. He is also not foreign to film noir, Telegraph Hill, Night Without Sleep, or yeah. So, anyways, they go all about they make this film. But the real star of the film, though, of all of those, is the parrot. Where I'm giving my crackers to the parrot. Um, so this film is told in a non-linear style. It is edited non-linear. There's heist. We keep going back to a certain point. Kubrick uses some stock footage um, of horse race. That's where it would take place. Derby, is that what they're called? Not a horse guy. But anyways, it's non-linear, which I think is influenced countless others. I draw the comparison to Reservoir Dogs and Quentin Tarantino's editing style. I also just draw a comparison, or can't help but think that someone like Christopher Nolan is influenced by the structure of this film. Anyways, it's non-linear. There was some pushback, of course, from that. So everyone wasn't happy. The non-linear, the studio, the agents. So Kubrick, Harris went back. They edited it again, made it linear, sat down, watched it, and said, no, it's not good this way. So they put it back in the non-linear assembly. They chose to release it that way. Studios weren't very happy about that. So the studio, United Artists, didn't really distribute it very well. They didn't really um, sell it well. Anyway, sorry, 6 minutes in, running out of my words. Anyways, so film was a box office bomb. Didn't make its money, but it was critically acclaimed, and we'll see where it went from there in the next video. But anyways, thank you for watching. If you did, like, subscribe.